right, hello Scorpio. Male hairdressers, welcome to your reading. We are here to find out what it is that God wants you to know at this time, okay? So, Most High God, if there's anybody trying to interfere with this reading, please block them so we can receive the messages that you brought us here to receive. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. Thank you. So the subject matter of your reading, Scorpio male hairdressers. We've got doctor. Alright, let's see where God is going with this. So to doctor something, it could mean to manipulate something, or could be actually a doctor. Okay, and to manipulate something could either be in a good way or a bad way. So let's find out. So I'm feeling like the secret's out. Okay. So the message, we've got mosque, secret club or society, and public party. And when the public part, well, when the secret club or society came out and then the public party came out, I was hearing like the secret is out. So if there was a secret club or society, it's now it's public knowledge. Okay. So mosque talks about, I'm hearing our religious upbringing. It talks about your moral code, the philosophies that you choose to live by, what you govern yourself by. Okay. And then we have the secret club or society, and then we have public party. So if you are trying to hide the fact that you are from this religious sect or whatever religious sect you belong to, if you were trying to keep that a secret, the secret is out now. Okay. But God says, don't worry, there's method to what appears to be madness. Okay. Okay. Trying to make as much space as possible here. Okay, so let's see the underlying issue. So there's method to what appears to be madness. So you're not happy with the fact that it's out, but God says just wait. Okay, so we got preschool, government funded. I'm gonna bring out all the underlying issue messages first and then we'll interpret. Okay, so don't be alarmed by any of the words that you hear. Sometimes they don't mean what it says or what you interpret it to mean in your head, because like the doctor card, doctor is your subject matter, and it is coming through as not an actual doctor like you're sick, but it's like strategy, and there's a working of mechanics going on here. There's a formula being utilized here. Okay, and it's in your favor. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, so you didn't want people to know what religious sect you support, but they know. Okay, or maybe this could be a political sect, because I don't really have a political sect card in this deck, so take it as it resonates to you. But some kind of principles that you believe in, that you live by, you wanted to keep it a secret, but it's not a secret anymore. So we got the underlying issues. There's method to what appears to be madness. We got preschool, government funded, control, president or prime minister, looking for new recruits, Ministry of Finance, college, shadow government representative, forced to do it, seaport, coded message, or be a man or dark magic, some kind of man doing dark magic. We got permanent secretary or secretary of state. And we have the agenda. It may not be gay agenda, but there's some kind of agenda going on here. And we got bullying, illegal activity, politics. So there's those principles again. We got cleaner, advocate of evil. Ooh. We got Ministry of Education, but it's in the reverse. Let's check that before we continue. It's correct like this. So it's in the upright. Okay. We got laws of the land, private party, high school, judicial system, environment, music, and fear. Okay. The next card in succession is confusion, just in case you were wondering. So let's see what's happening here. So yeah, so your secret is out, okay? People know who you are. They know what you represent in some aspect, okay? So the underlying issue we got, there's method to what appears to be madness. And we have preschool, government funded. So preschool is like before school stage. So something is in its early stages. Okay, so preschool, government funded. So now the question is, what government? This could be God government. This could be your governance of yourself, or this could be somebody else that is in charge. Okay, but we're going to make sense of it in a moment. So there's method of that to what appears to be madness. Preschool, government funded, control. So this is the Most High. The Most High is the government that's controlling this situation. That's why your subject matter is doctor. And that's why God started out with, there's method to what appears to be madness. God is like, I got this. Okay? It's time to reveal. Okay? So let's read on. So we got president or prime minister looking for new recruits. So God is like, stand up for what you believe in. Follow the path wherever it might take you, because God, I'm in full control of your situation. Okay? So looking for new recruits, we got Ministry of Finance and college. Ministry of Finance, college, shadow government representative, forced to do it. So in this case, the shadow government is the Most High God, and you are the representative. So we got Ministry of Finance, looking for new recruits when it comes to the Ministry of Finance. And we got college. So God is actually, so first of all, God needs a few good soldiers. This is what I'm getting. And you are being chosen. Okay? So looking for new recruits, Ministry of Finance, because of your ability to make money. When you have money, you can do more things. Okay? And college, shadow government representative. So God wants you, because of your ability to make money and because of the principles that you stand for, so that God can teach you how to be a good representative. So as a male hairdresser, you're expected to take your God with you to work and be proud. Okay? Because people need healing. The earth is in a state of healing right now. And yeah, God is like, let the world see the real you. It's okay. You'll be surprised how people seeing the real you will change your environment for the better. Some for the worse. But there are people that God want you to bless, and people that God want to bless you. when you cross their paths at work. So stop hiding who you are. Stop hiding what you represent. You don't have to be rude about it, but yeah, this is who I am. Okay? So we got forced to do it. Then we got seaport. I'm hungry, but I don't want to eat. So my belly is about to make noise. I'm trying to drink coffee. I'm not in the mood for eating. I need to make my body quiet. I need to feed my body, but I'm not in the mood to eat no food. Especially if I have to make it. I wanted to get this reading done. When I'm done this one, I'll go make some food and treat my body right. Just wait, we're coming. Okay. So yeah, you're being not exactly forced to, but God is throwing you into the spotlight. God is letting your secret out. So now we got seaport, coded message. Okay. So you're not very happy about this, obviously. That's the seaport energy. So you could have been crying, you could have been just upset. Okay? But there's a coded message here. Or at least you thought so. You thought it was somebody like trying to sabotage you. Yeah, it said seaport coded message, Obiamano dark magic. You got permanent secretary representing whatever agenda, bullying, illegal activity, and politics. Cleaner, advocate of evil. It's not. So it's God's hand that's in this situation. No matter who you see making this happen, God is moving them or moving the pieces around to reveal who you are to the world. So if you're thinking that somebody is trying to sabotage you by letting your secret out or whatever, God says, no, it's not somebody else. Okay? So we continue. We got Ministry of Education, Laws of the Land, Private Party, High School, Judicial System of your environment. So what the things that you know, okay, the laws that you know, not necessarily the laws of the land, but the principles that you live by, okay, that you've been keeping secret, private party, they actually have a high standard, high school, and judicial system. So you understand law, your level of understanding of law, principles, cause and effect, right and wrong, just the moral code that you live by, God wants you to bring it to your environment. Then we have music. It'll bring harmony. So we got fear, confusion, gang member, illegal immigrant, temple or the Jews, money, human resources, war, constructing a building, company, or body. In this case, it will be a body of people. Yeah, adults. Yeah, you're growing together. Public, club, or society. So God is saying the way you think, yeah, the way you are, you shouldn't hide that from the world. The world needs, yeah, you have divine authority. Yeah, to bring your sensibilities, your wisdoms, assessment. You help people to assess themselves. So while you're helping them to grow spiritually, they'll actually be helping you to grow as well. So that's what God wants to use. Excuse me, sorry. This God want to use you for. So what you know, how you live, the principles that you govern yourself by, God says the world needs to see you. The world needs to hear this. You be a good example because you are authentic in what you believe in. You're not pretending. You're not confused. Okay? So fear, confusion, gang member. So these will be like outlaws. Okay? They're in fear, they're in confusion. So they need to hear from you. So gang member, illegal immigrants, temple, or the Jews. They're searching. There are people around you that are searching for the right way to go about getting money. They're using human resources for war. So instead of using their self and the people around them in a destructive or illegal way, illegal meaning spiritually, a morally corrupt way, God says, no, you need to share what you know. You need to let them see who you are, because whoever you are, you're a great example. So there are people around you who are trying to find their way through this maze we call life. Okay? They want to find a way to collecting or creating good karma for themselves. They do these illegal things because they don't know any better. And having someone like you around is actually a help, but you have to let them know who you are. You cannot keep hiding who you are. So whatever this is to you, God approves of you, and God says, as a matter of fact, you just need to be more out there. You need to be that living example. People need to see what you're a living example of, because you don't fake this. You are really how you are, but you're hiding who you are. God is about to put you in the spotlight so people can see exactly what principles you stand for. Okay? So yeah, so God just wants you to be a positive role model, because you are already who you are. So it's just for you to keep being who you are without hiding it. That's the difference. Stop hiding who you are. Okay? So yeah, see, assessment, educator. So yeah, you need to help build these adults, the public, in a healthier way. Ministry of Health, you have divine authority to educate. You have divine authority to assess and educate. So this is like being a counselor of some sort. Okay? So you're the guy to come to. Stop hiding. The world needs more people like you, basically. Okay? So that's what God wants you to know. So this is kind of like the Sagittarius reading as well. But with Sagittarius's job was to get people who would fall into gangs to stay away from gangs. Your one is more of a spiritual kind. People who are on their spiritual journey. People who are trying to stabilize their moral compass. You know? See that clear line between what is right and what is wrong. And it doesn't mean that all of your ideas are 100% correct, but at least you can give them a good foundation upon which they can build themselves and figure their way out from whatever foundation you set for them. Build or building, construct a building or company or body. In this case, you're helping to construct the human mind, the spirit of the people around you. Okay? Just keep them away from corruption. They're trying to stay away from corruption, but they have no guides. So God wants to use you as a guide. And there's not much that you have to do. You don't have to feel pressured to be any way. You already are. You already are perfect for the job. So God just wants you to keep being yourself. Just stop hiding who you are. So if somebody asks your opinion on something, give them your true opinion on whatever it is. Or if you feel compelled to talk to somebody, give them your true opinion on whatever this matter is. Okay? God respects your truth. You try hard to stay on the right side of divine law. And other people, they need that type of motivation, and they need to see that type of example in society so that they can stop just following the leader. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, they create a dog eat dog world because that's what we've always seen. Hardly anybody escape that mindset. Okay? So when people come across people like you who have escaped that mindset, it's because God wants to use you as a living example to show them that there is a choice, there is a difference. You don't have to degrade your soul or defile your soul in order to have money or have power or have whatever you want in life. You can go about it the right way. Sometimes it might take longer, sometimes it won't. But at least you don't have to look after you don't have to look over your shoulder when you achieve these things, and you don't have to have a guilty conscience when you achieve these things. And they will be longer lasting because you got them the correct way. So that's what God wants to use you to teach these people. Okay? Show them how you do it. So, yeah, that's what God wants you to know. So these people are going to come across you in the salon. And yeah, God just want you to be yourself. Stop hiding your brilliant self. You're a great representation of what God expects of humanity. Yeah, all of us, we still have our growth to do. None of us are perfect. We'll never be perfect anyway. But you're doing great. And God wants to share you with the rest of the world. Okay? So, until next time, Scorpio, take care of yourself and each other. Bye bye.